So here's a new one. Your past reservations are no longer safe. If someone canceled and got a partial refund for any check-ins after March 14th before April 14th, even if they canceled over a week ago, Airbnb can go back in your pocket and take your money from you. Let's talk about it. Airbnb, strike three, guys. Strike three. Seriously. So first off, you keep pushing back your extenuating circumstances timeline without notice to hosts. Strike one. Strike two is you're misappropriating funds and putting it back in your own pocket after forcing hosts to deal with the 100% cancellation fee, so that way you can stay financially strong. Strike 2.5, you unleash an algorithm preventing guests under the age of 25 from booking entire places last minute for a single night stay. The worst time ever for you to tell hosts that they cannot make money under a certain subgroup of Airbnb travelers, because they're hurting enough as it is right now. Your timing sucks. But strike three, even after contracts have been completed, beginning and end, you are now taking money from hosts when they thought they were safe. Let's look at this screenshot here. This is from a host who reached out to me on LinkedIn. This is actually not the first time that somebody sent me a message like this. This has actually happened to other hosts already, so I've confirmed this is not just a one-off. But what is essentially happening is people have canceled before Airbnb added the United States to the extenuating circumstances policy, and they are now going back to those people who have canceled proactively, or people who canceled out of convenience, because there was a time where like events got canceled, but there was still no concern, but cities were canceling large gatherings as a method of prevention, like South by Southwest. They just didn't want anything going bad. Like if someone got sick at South by Southwest, they didn't want it to spread. It's called flattening the curve. And I'll leave some stuff in the description because I'm not the medical professional. I'm only going to give you as much as I understand. And flattening the curve essentially is to prevent things from spreading as fast, which allows our hospitals to manage the situation much better. Sorry, my phone was ringing. So we'll leave some stuff about that in the description. But so long story short here is that there were times where people decided to not show up because something that they wanted to do was no longer available. In like Dallas or in Austin or in Seattle, those people aren't showing up because work canceled a business meeting and it was no longer worth their time to go. But they were not restricted from travel. There was no like epidemic declared in these cities. There was no like for example, New York is now shutting restaurants down at 8 p.m. They're telling people like groups of 50 or larger are not possible, and eventually, domestic flights might be canceled. So at that point, you could argue that you can't go from like New York to Philadelphia because domestic flights and domestic travel are canceled. These could be things that happen. But those people that canceled back in the day, for the sake of like just unwillingness to continue to go to the city because their main reason for travel was canceled, those people didn't get a full refund, or maybe they got 50%. And this guy was super nice and gave people a 50% refund out of the kindness of his own heart. Even though his like cancellation policies are strict, he let people cancel and gave them 50% back. So bro, you're awesome. You're doing what like everybody wants hosts to do. So kudos to you, but no good deed goes unpunished, right? Because Airbnb now, sorry guy, and this is the reason why the video exists, is Airbnb is now going back to those guests that canceled back before there was really any true cause for concern and everybody was just being careful. They're taking your money. So I gave him some advice. And Airbnb, if you want to fight me on this one, let's box. I do not believe that we should go on a class action lawsuit against you for your extenuating circumstances policy. A lot of people are like up in arms about that. I personally don't want to make an enemy out of you. I like you. You've done really good stuff for allowing people to start a business and create some financial independence. I know thousands of hosts who have become successful and financially independent. You've done something good there. But if you dare keep this up, I will be right there with everybody else. If we have to sue you for our reservation money, I will. Like, I am not against it. And so here's what I told our host friend here to do. And if Airbnb doesn't honor this, then yeah, I'm going to the mattresses on this one. That's your warning, Airbnb. And I hate to be the guy that's going to do a rally cry about this. So here's how this should work, because this is legally what's at play here. You have a guest that booked under a contract with you. Airbnb kind of owns that reservation through its contract because they do things differently than Booking.com or HomeAway or Vrbo. But what happened is you had a contract that started, the guest canceled, the contract ended. It's done, right? The guest started their reservation, decided to show up or not, decided to cancel. Under your cancellation policy at the time of cancellation, your contract began, ended, money was exchanged and completed weeks ago. Under that argument, Airbnb cannot go back and modify the contract that was agreed upon, started, ended, transaction finalized. They cannot go back and take your money on a contract that's already dead. So if they're going to try to do this to you, you let them know that legally they cannot, because a contract was completed and serviced and satisfied. The contract is done. If any legal professional out there disagrees with my philosophy on this, please put it in the comments, because I'm about to tell all of you that this is what you should do. If any legal professionals agree with me, please put it in the comments, and maybe even offer just a little bit of like scholarly insight on the topic, because what I am prepared to do is I'm prepared to take this one all the way. So Airbnb, you've done enough damage already to your hosts. You are going to sit out on this one. If people have canceled and hosts have a little bit of money in their pocket because they got some of that cancellation money, 50% or more or less, that's their money now. And they're gonna have a hard couple of months because you abandoned them already. And so if you wanna take this money from them, I will fight you. Are you hearing me? All right, Airbnb, I would love to hear your thoughts. Airbnb. So I welcome you to join the conversation, because us hosts are having a lot of that conversation without you right now. So get off of Twitter and get here and put it on your YouTube channel. We're waiting to hear from you. Let your host friends know that there's a solution, or a partial solution to this problem that we have. And like I said, I promised today I would release a complete battle plan on what we're doing to try to get more bookings. I'm going to be filming that very shortly after I go tour some properties here in Philadelphia, because yes, I'm still picking up properties. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm still going to grow my business. And I think there's a great opportunity. We can talk about that in the future, but I'm gonna go tour some properties, maybe sign some leases, and I'm gonna go shoot a video. I'll see you guys tonight. So thanks for watching Airbnb Automated. I'll see you on the other side.